Okay, so today's native plant is Staphylea trifolia, also known as the American bladdernut. This is a wonderful native bush, native to the eastern half of the United States. It grows pretty far north and pretty far south. I'm in mid-Michigan. Anyway, it's in the family Staphyliaceae, so it's actually the only plant in this family native to at least Michigan, which is pretty interesting. In the spring, it has these beautiful white flowers, which is very pretty. They grow in clusters, and there's male and female flowers. And so one of these plants actually can't pollinate themselves. You would think they can, but they can't. Somehow they know if they are, and they won't accept their own pollen. So they actually do need two different individuals, genetically speaking, to produce seeds. And the seeds form in these fruits. They're like the seeds are in these really cool fruits that they produce in the fall, which are they're like filled with air. They look really cool. There's like a few chambers filled with air, and they have like these popcorn kernel like seeds, which is really cool. They're very hard, but yeah, the seeds are not the fruit around it, but the seeds. Anyway, it's a really cool, very beautiful native plant. It has these beautiful leaves, yeah, very, very nice. These do also clone themselves over time, so these will form a kind of a thicket of these over a few years, which is pretty interesting. And the seeds that they produce are very important for wildlife, like birds and squirrels and things, to eat them. Yeah, it's a really nice native plant. It likes partial shade and full shade, and it tolerates clay soil and sandy soil, but it prefers that moist, kind of loomy, well-drained soil. And yeah, it's a wonderful, beautiful native plant. Pretty easy to grow for the most part. Mine didn't produce any fruits this year, but it could just be because I just planted it. I'm not really sure, but other than that, it's doing pretty good. It'll probably produce fruits next year, but usually when you first plant something, no matter what it is, it's going to get stressed out because it doesn't have enough roots, and it won't usually produce fruits because of that. It'll just, drop them because it's in survival mode, and fruits take a lot of energy, and so it's like, nope, I can't put energy into that. I got to put energy into my roots so I don't die, which makes a lot of sense. But I was hoping I could get some seeds off it this year and grow some more, but that's okay. It'll clone itself over time anyway. But yeah, it's a very beautiful native plant. Very, very nice. Here's the underside of the leaves too. And yeah, very, very nice. I love it. And it's growing in this really crappy soil. So according to the internet, they don't like clay soils, but it does say that they can sort of grow in them, and it definitely is. So maybe it's my clay soil, but either way, whatever it is, all these leaves will decompose over time. These will mulch it, and these will improve the soil and actually change it into more of a loomy soil and break up that clay. It'll hold moisture better. It'll have more nutrients from all the leaves breaking down, and so it'll have really good soil in the spring. And the more leaves that pile up here over the years, the better the soil will get. And so hopefully it will produce fruits next year. I also might not have different genetic individuals. There could be a lot of reasons why it's not fruiting. I'm not really sure, but it could just be because it was stressed, which is very likely. Because again, a lot of plants just won't produce fruits under stress because they're just going in survival mode. Fruits take a lot of energy, so they're not gonna do that when they're just trying to survive. Here's the bark. Here's a close-up of the bark. You can see it's got kind of these little dots on it. That's one way to recognize this plant. And then it transitions to a lighter green. Here's a little kind of buds on it, leaf buds. So yeah, very, very nice native plant. I really like this plant. It's very nice, very beautiful.